On the night she decided to leave forever, he finally understood what love really meant. But by then, it might have already been too late. If you believe love can survive even the darkest storms, hit subscribe now, because this story might just change the way you see love, forever. It started on a rainy evening in a quiet coastal town where the ocean never seemed to sleep, its waves crashing endlessly like the heartbeat of something ancient and unresolved. Daniel stood by the window of their small house, staring out into the storm, his reflection faint against the glass. Behind him, the silence was heavier than the rain. Emily was packing, not loudly, not angrily, just quietly. And somehow, that hurt more than anything else ever could. He had known this moment was coming. Not because she had threatened to leave, but because she had stopped fighting. The arguments had faded into polite conversations, the laughter into distant smiles, and the love into something unspoken, something fragile, something slipping through his fingers no matter how tightly he tried to hold on. "Do you remember the first time we came here?" Emily's voice broke the silence. Daniel didn't turn around. "Yeah," he said softly. "You said the ocean felt like home." She paused. "It did. Back when everything made sense." That stung. Because he knew exactly when things had stopped making sense. It wasn't one big moment. No betrayal. No dramatic heartbreak. Just time. Missed chances. Words left unsaid. Nights where they chose sleep over conversation. Days where work mattered more than presence. Love hadn't shattered, it had slowly eroded. And now, it was almost gone. Emily zipped her bag. "I'm leaving in the morning." Daniel finally turned. "You don't have to." She met his eyes, and for a second, he saw it, the same love that had once lit up their entire world. But it was buried now. "Tired. I know," she said. "But I think I need to." That night, neither of them slept. Daniel sat in the living room, replaying years of memories like scenes from a movie he wished he could rewrite. The road trips, the late night talks, the way she used to laugh without holding back. When had he stopped noticing those things? When had he started assuming she would always be there? Sometime past midnight, he found an old box tucked away in a drawer. Inside were letters, handwritten, slightly worn. Their letters. Back when they couldn't go a day without telling each other how they felt. He opened one. "No matter what happens, promise me we'll never stop choosing each other. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard." His chest tightened. Because somewhere along the way, he had stopped choosing. At sunrise, Emily stood by the door, her bag in hand. Daniel walked toward her slowly, holding the letters. "I forgot who we were," he said, his voice unsteady. "But I remember now." She looked at the letters, then at him. "Daniel. No, just listen. I know I messed up. I know I got comfortable. I thought love was something that just stayed. But it's not, is it? It's something you have to fight for. Every day." Tears welled in her eyes, but she didn't speak. "I can't promise I'll be perfect," he continued. "But I can promise I'll try. I'll choose you. Every day. Even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard." Silence filled the space between them. The kind of silence where everything hangs in the balance. Outside, the storm had passed. The ocean was calmer now, its waves softer, like a breath finally released. Emily set her bag down. Just slightly. And that small movement felt louder than anything else in the world. "Why now?" she whispered. Daniel swallowed. "Because I finally realized, love doesn't disappear. We just stop showing up for it." A tear slipped down her cheek. "I was so lonely," she admitted. "Even when you were right there." "I know," he said, his voice breaking. "And I hate that I made you feel that way." She searched his face, as if trying to decide whether this was real, or just another moment that would fade. "People don't really change," she said quietly. Daniel shook his head. "Maybe not overnight. But love makes you want to." Days passed. Emily didn't leave. But she didn't fully stay either. They existed in a fragile in-between, two people trying to rebuild something that had nearly slipped away. It wasn't easy. There were awkward conversations, old wounds resurfacing, moments where it felt like it might still fall apart. But there were also small victories. Morning coffee together, long walks by the ocean, laughter, hesitant at first, but real. Daniel showed up, not perfectly, but consistently. He listened more, spoke honestly, paid attention, and Emily, slowly, cautiously, let her walls down. Then came the twist neither of them expected. One evening, Emily sat Daniel down, her expression serious. "There's something I need to tell you." His heart dropped. "What is it?" She hesitated. "I got a job offer. In another city." The words hit like a wave. "When?" he asked. "A few weeks ago," she said. "Before all this." Daniel looked down, processing. "This is your dream job, isn't it?" She nodded. "And you didn't tell me because you thought you were leaving anyway." Another nod. Silence. This was it. The moment that would define everything. "Then you should take it," Daniel said finally. Emily looked up, surprised. "What? You should go," he repeated. "I don't want to be the reason you give up your dreams." "But what about us?" He took a deep breath. "If what we have is real, distance won't break it." Her eyes filled with tears again. "And if it does?" she asked. "Then at least we'll know we gave it a real chance." Months later. The distance was hard. Harder than either of them expected. But something strange happened. They talked more than they ever had before. Not just about their days, but about everything. Their fears. Their hopes. Their mistakes. The things they had buried for years. Love, it turned out, hadn't been lost. It had just been waiting. Waiting for them to fight for it. A year later, Emily stood once again by the ocean. The same place. The same house. But everything felt different. She turned as the door opened behind her. Daniel stepped inside, a nervous smile on his face. "You came back," he said. She smiled. "I never really left." He walked toward her slowly, as if afraid she might disappear. "I got an offer too," he said. "In your city." Her eyes widened. "You did." He nodded. "Thought it was time I met you halfway." She laughed softly, tears in her eyes. And in that moment, everything made sense again. Because love isn't about never falling apart. It's about choosing each other, even after you do. And sometimes, love doesn't keep you together by force. It keeps you alive, by giving you something worth fighting for.